Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about certain diagrams of NCERT which is frequently asked in the examination. When we talk about pollinated pistil, as I have discussed in my previous class, that during pollen pistil interaction and double fertilization, we have to draw diagram of this pollinated pistil for 5 marks as well as 3 marks. And this is very important question. So here this diagram is right in front of you for discussion of the structure. Here you can see this is the pollinated pistil where some of the parts are mentioned which are important. But in exam, if you are drawing, you have to label each and every part. This structure which is germinating, you have to label them as the pollen grains, which is landing on the stigma for fertilization. The tube which is emerging out after pollen tube, this is termed as pollen tube. Now the structure of carpel you have to mention over here. This structure where pollen grains are reaching is called as a stigma. Excuse me for my handwriting. This structure, the narrow tube, is called as a style. And the structure, this solen base, is called as ovary. Usually we have to label all these things on the right side, but we don't have much space over here. So I am drawing it on the left side as well. You don't do it, right? Next, this brown colored structure which is present inside the ovary is called as ovule. So these are the major parts of the pollen and the pistil. Now inside the ovule, the final destination is present where fertilization takes place, and this final destination is called as what? This structure is called as female gametophyte or termed as embryo sac. What is exactly happening in the embryo sac? We have discussed, but once again for the diagram, as this pollen tube is reaching till the embryo sac with the help of synergids, two male gametes are released over here. Now these two male gametes you need not to draw over here because at the time of fertilization, if question is asked like draw diagram at the time of fertilization, then you have to show the entry of two male gametes with two more dots you have to draw inside the embryo sac. If not, then let it be like this, where three cells towards the chalazal pole are antipodal, two nuclei in the center which is present inside the central cell is termed as polar nuclei, one nucleus which is present, or you can say one cell present in the center in between the two synergid is called as egg cell, and the two cells which will allow entry of the pollen tube, any one of them, that is synergid. So this is the diagram which is given in the NCERT. And suppose if pollination and fertilization occurred, after that what exactly happens, you can see in the next diagram of NCERT over here, that during the process of fertilization, what exactly happens. As you can see in this first diagram over here, I'm talking about this diagram. In this diagram, you can see that pollen tube has already reached inside the is this filiform apparatus. Now, in this filiform apparatus, it is just giving a passage for the entry of pollen tube inside, nothing else. So, this structure is termed as synergid, as you can see over here, these two long cells. This diagram is during the fertilization, okay? So, filiform apparatus of synergid, you can see it is permitting the entry of the pollen tube, which is carrying one tube nucleus or vegetative nucleus and two male gametes. So finally, it is reaching inside the synergid where these two male gametes are released. As you can see, these are the two male gametes which are released inside the synergid. Now, after this, the event of fertilization starts. With the release of two male gametes of pollen grain inside the embryo sac, pollen pistil interaction is over. Now, there must be events of fertilization. The third diagram, which you can see here, I'm talking about this diagram. Now, the diagram which you can see over here, this diagram is the diagram of embryo sac just after fertilization. So what exactly happens just after fertilization? As you can see in the embryo sac, as I told that these antipodals, this diagram they have made inverted. So you should not be confused that how synergids are coming at the top. Whenever we are drawing embryo sac outside the ovule, I always suggested you have to mention the pole. So here this is the micropylar pole, and the pole which is at the this side, this is called as what? Chalazal. Whenever you are drawing embryo sac outside the ovule, you have to mention these two poles, otherwise diagram is incomplete. So as I discussed that at the chalazal side, these antipodals are not playing any role. So after fertilization, it will start degenerating. Towards the egg apparatus, one synergid is almost, you can say, vanished because of entry of pollen tube. Other synergid is also will start degenerating. So fate of these cells for the fertilization or during fertilization I am discussing. And this cell which was initially termed as egg cell now will be termed as what? Now this cell will be termed as zygote because it is the product of true fertilization where first male gamete has fused with the egg cell. So egg cell has it is actually converted to zygote after fertilization. In the center, you can see this prominent nucleus. This is the product of triple fusion where two polar nuclei fused to form secondary nucleus, and that secondary nucleus fused with the second male gamete to form PEG. PEN is primary endospermic nucleus. PEC means primary endospermic cell. PEN means primary endospermic nucleus. So this zygote in post-fertilizational events, it will be making the embryo, which we will be discussing in the post-fertilizational changes, whereas this PEN will be making the endosperm. So now the question is how to draw these difficult diagrams in the exam. In book you can see it is easy to see, but it is difficult to draw. So let's have a look how to draw the diagram of a pollinated pistil after fertilization and during fertilization. So whenever you want to draw the diagram, first you have to start with the top. This is the stigma, style, ovary. As you are drawing simultaneously, you have to label them also. This structure is called as stigma. This pipe is called as style. This structure is called as ovary. As I already told you that inside ovary we are having another structure which is termed as ovule. So you have to draw ovule carefully and try to cover the whole space of the ovary so that diagram will be more clear to you. Just draw these two integuments. No need to label each and every part of the ovule. Majorly those parts which are involved in the process of fertilization, we have to label them. So this structure is called as ovule. Now inside ovule what is present? As we all know, inside ovule we will be having the final structure for fertilization which we termed as what? It is termed as embryo sac or the female gametophyte. Because I am drawing it inside the ovule, so no need to mention the pole. So here the three structure which are present towards the chalaza. What do we call them? We call them the three antipodals. Now the structure which will allow entry of pollen tube inside the embryo sac, these two large structure with the filiform apparatus are called as two synergids. Now the cell which is present in the center in between the two synergid which is responsible for fertilization is termed as what? Is termed as egg cell. In the center, there will be presence of two polar nuclei. Initially, the two polar nuclei are present inside a single cell, which is central cell. So this is central cell, and these are the two polar nuclei, which will be ultimately fused to form a structure which is called as secondary nucleus. And the cell is termed as what? The cell is termed as the central cell. Now we have to start with the pollen tube. Like I discussed already that many pollen grains are landing on the stigma, but only correct one will be selected. So I'm using this yellow color for the pollen grain with exine and entine. Now many pollen grains landed on the stigma. Pollen grains may be reaching on the stigma at two-celled stage as well as three-celled stage, depending upon the species. Suppose these pollen grain have reached at the two-celled stage. Now, after this, what will happen? After absorbing a stigmatic fluid, it will be causing the formation of pollen tube, and this pollen tube will start moving inside. So, this pollen tube I am drawing, it is going all along the way of stigma and the style. Once it is reaching to the ovule, we have three ways. Micropyle is the most common way through which it enters inside the ovule. So we have to draw this pollen tube with the help of any color you can use. I have used yellow, but in copy, yellow color will not be that clear. So you can use any color. Now this pollen tube is entering inside the embryo sac with the help of filiform apparatus. Suppose this pollen tube is carrying what? This pollen tube is carrying two male gametes. So two male gametes I am drawing with different color. And these two male gametes are ultimately released inside the embryo sac. So these structure you can label this side. This is the pollen grain. This is the pollen grain which is actually showing germination. I have taken that pollen grain, that tube which is getting entry. This is called as the pollen tube. Once pollen tube is entered inside, it is releasing these two small structures. What are these two small structures? These two small structures are two male gametes. So when you are drawing diagram and labeling them together, it's not that difficult to understand, as well as you will not forget any of the labeling while drawing diagram. So in exam, whenever you are drawing diagram, try to label each and everything so that it will be a complete diagram. And at the end of the diagram, never forget to mention the name. What we have drawn here, we have drawn a pollinated longitudinal section of LS of, you can write longitudinal section of LS of pollinated pistil or a pistil showing the germination of pollen tube. This is the normal diagram which you have to draw in the exam, but sometimes they are making it difficult and asking you to draw the embryo sac just after fertilization. We have discussed that diagram also. So when you are drawing a embryo sac inside the pistil which is formed just after fertilization, how will you draw? It is just corresponding to the diagram which is given inside. So these three antipodals, these are just degenerating, you can write degenerating antipodals. These are degenerating antipodals. In the center, instead of drawing this pen, now what you will draw? When after fertilization they are asking, you have to draw instead of secondary nucleus, we will be drawing a big nucleus over here, which is pen. Pen means primary endospermic nucleus. Instead of drawing this one secondary nucleus, we are drawing here pen. In the same way, the structure which is produced at the base, here two synergids are degenerating, and this cell which is prominent, this you have to label as zygote. So these three labelings are very important whenever you are drawing a fertilized embryo cell. And again, you can just show this small structure which is termed as degenerating. These are degenerating synergids. So you have to be very focused in the question, like what they are asking. Are they asking an embryo sac just after fertilization or a normal pollinated pistil? Hope these things are clear to you all. Thank you. Keep practicing.